because I think one story in particular was I forget what it was, but it was like where the teenage boy and
Yeah,
his brother struggling with his mental illness a lot. And it was just like, it was like heartbreaking. I think it made it more heartbreaking because one, it's almost like you're watching a slow train wreck.
totally.
And then second is because they're teenagers and it's his brother. I just like where you went with some of these ideas. I just thought it was just so many interesting layers and just absorb the context and to consider like the psyche of someone who might go through that. And so I thought it was really interesting how, because yeah, you said like some stories you were in first person, but other stories you didn't.
Right.
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 So I like maybe explore that. Was there a method to your madness? Was it just like your gut instinct, things like that?
So it's interesting. That story was one of the oldest. I started that story a long time ago, and it took a lot of years for me to feel like I got it right. And it's about those two brothers in Queens, New York. And I think the thing about the mental illness stories, it doesn't really matter where they're back, it's all the same. Everybody, not all the same, but I guess what I mean is who they were, what they were struggling with, their family life and everything. That's just the means for exploring what it means to be it's really a story about brothers, and it's about the pain of a family where the brother loves his brother and he has to watch his brother. Like you say, it was a slow train wreck. That story, whether it's a first person or a third person, is really a matter of like voice and sentence. And it's literally the first sentence comes to me and I hear it one way or the other. I never purposely make one or the other. It's literally how I hear it. And that story started with that first sentence, whatever it is, and it's in the third person. I've often, when I teach, I say to people, at least for me, unless the opening comes with a strong voice, a sense of who they are, or
Sure, yeah.
it fails. But this came with an attitude and a set of feelings right at the beginning. And I knew right away it was a story of the two brothers. Part of it is famous writer, I think Flannery O'Connor or something, said, if you live through a childhood, you have material for the rest of your life. So exploring the feelings in a family, first of all, comes naturally to me, partly because I think to be a good writer, I've told people, because I've taught people of all different backgrounds. I said, it doesn't matter how big your vocabulary is, whether you spell well or how good your grammar is. You have to care about people. You have to have empathy.